distant flickering screen of scenery. The spell is bringing it all back.
All right, guys. I'm really excited to do this. I'm going to start off. We're going to keep it simple. I want you to introduce yourself. I want you to explain what you do, what you're doing, and who you are.
For sure. Should I talk to you or to the?
You talk to me.
Okay. Perfect. My name is Musa Brooker. I'm animator, director, producer, writer. I'm the supervising director for Lil Kev, the show on BET Plus, based on Kevin Hart's life growing up in North Philly.
Okay, yeah. We had the pleasure of meeting up yesterday, so I got to learn a little more about you, of course, and a little more about the show. One thing that I was really excited to hear, of course, Kevin Hart. I mean, that's a household name at this point, and to be involved in a project like that must be extremely exciting. But on top of that, it's kind of the way you were explaining things and how you were kind of like talking about it. You know, it's animated, and animation is a form of media where it's not always respected. It's not, always taken seriously, and that's kind of what I wanted to kind of bring up, because you mentioned just because it stars a little kid and it's animated doesn't mean it's for kids. Absolutely. And I kind of want you to touch up on that, because I feel like I don't want this to be a sausage party situation where kind of everyone's like, hey, like, I'm gonna bring my kid to see Sausage Party, and then they're like, why did I bring my kid to see Sausage Party?
Right, for sure. Yeah, that, especially in America, that is definitely an issue. People think it's animated, therefore it's for kids, for children. That's definitely not the case with Lil Kev. It is definitely an adult animated comedy, even though it stars a childhood version of Kevin Hart. It's pretty raunchy, or it can be, but it's also got a lot of heart. Right. The characters really show their love to each other, even under sort of ridiculous, crazy circumstances. And so, one of the things that we wanted to do with the show, was really have a lot of heart, even though there are, there's curse words, there's drug use, there's all kinds of craziness happening, but absolutely. But at the heart of it is, a bunch of people that care for each other, and so that shines through. But yeah, it's just because it's about a kid's life, it's this show in particular is definitely not for kids.
Okay, yeah, and so you said it's on BET Plus, right?
Yes.
So, what if people were to go check it out? I want to hear, do you have a specific episode in mind that's like your favorite, due to like whether it's a joke or whether it's the emotional impact that the episode had, or whatever the case is? Because we know Kevin Hart's a funny guy, so I'm excited to see how certain lines or certain things are delivered and how kind of that affected certain episodes.
That is a good question. It's like choosing your favorite child.
Yeah. Well, luckily we're not at a point where we can't spoil anything. So
Exactly.
It's like I want you to go crazy. Pick your favorite kid. The others aren't gonna get mad.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, there's a lot of fun episodes. There's an episode where they go to a spades tournament in Baltimore. That's really fun. I directed that one. We actually had a team of 3 directors on the show. So I directed 4 episodes, and then each of the other directors directed 3.
Okay.
But there's an episode all based on it's kind of like Kev is a detective about some stuff that's happened at school, which is really fun. It's sort of like a film noir kind of feel to it. That's
like
a great one.
Like a murder mystery type vibe to it.
It's a mystery. They have a book reading challenge, and someone steals the results of the book reading challenge, and so he's got to figure out who it is who did that.
I don't know if this is crazy to say, but Kevin Hart is one of those actors that's already animated himself.
Absolutely.
So, is it safe to say this is taking it to a next level?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, that's one of the advantages of animation, is you can really kind of do whatever. And so we really amped up the comedy, amped up the situations, and really embraced the animation and the quality, the things that you can do with those characters in really absurd and ridiculous situations. But there's one in particular, getting back to episodes, there's one in particular where they actually go to, we made up a band called the Scintillations. And they, Nancy, who's Kev's mom, her best friend takes her out to a concert, and Kev and his dad sneak into the concert and try to get her out of the concert for fear that she'll find another man to get involved with. But it's very funny. We got great music in that episode. Original songs and just kind of the high.
So cool.
And so just the hijinks of them being at the concert, and it's fun. It's fun.
And I don't want to compare it too much to anything else specifically, but one thing that comes to my mind is Everybody Hates Chris.
Sure.
So is there comparisons to, say, Lil Kev and Everybody Hates Chris?
I think just in that they are both very prominent comedians, and these are animated versions of their lives and their childhoods. I would say one of the showrunners for Lil Kev worked as a writer on Everybody Hates Chris. But really, aside from that, it's a different kind of comedy. Everybody Hates Chris is more of all ages, from what I understand, whereas we are definitely on the adult side. There's definitely cursing, drug use, sex even.
Nice.
And so it's a different world, a different feeling. So we're not shooting for all ages. It really helicopter.
So want you spoiling it.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's a different feel. I'm happy that both shows exist. It's great to see. Certainly in my lifetime, there haven't been a ton of shows about animated shows about Black people, and so it's nice to see both. I'm glad both exist, but we're a slightly different flavor.
Okay, good. I mean, and I guess I got one more question, and that's was there anything when you were starting to work on this project, anything